Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Karras. As part of my Master's in Classroom Technology, my final research project is titled Measuring the Effectiveness of Screencast Videos on Student Achievement, an Action Research Study of Algebra 2 students. So to begin my research, I started to look up other screencast video research that has been done in the past. So screencast videos allow teachers to capture the image on their computer screen as well as their voice and record the combination as a video. So instead of physically seeing the teacher in front of the screen, it just captures what's on their computer and then records their voice along with it. So this presentation is an example of a screencast video. Teachers could use this for anything from lecture capture, such as a narrated PowerPoint presentation, kind of like this presentation, to more involved demonstrations of problem solving, online techniques, or computer-based processes. And a teacher utilizing screen capture instructional technology to design a blended multimedia curriculum can increase the academic achievement of secondary students. So that study that was done showed that the correlation between students watching screen capture videos and academic achievement was positive. The only issue with that study is that it was only conducted over the course of 1 week. So while it shows positive results, my research is going to be conducted for longer than 1 week, hopefully showing the same results and then solidifying those positive results and that positive trend that screen capture videos help students with academic achievement. The problem that I'm trying to address is that students have different learning styles and learn math concepts effectively in different ways. So some students are more hands-on, some need to see the information in order to understand, and others need to hear the information. So these screencast videos sort of blend a lot of those learning styles together. Another issue is that students only get to see their teachers for a limited amount of time each day. So these screencast videos allow students more time with the content, and that way they can also watch the videos and be better prepared to ask their teachers specific questions when they get back to class. Another issue is that students in high school today have grown up immersed in technology, and the typical methods of lecturing and taking notes are less effective than they used to be. For many students in high schools today, the typical lecture and note-taking just isn't working anymore because they are more hands-on, they have shorter attention span, and they want information given to them immediately. So these videos can sort of be a way to sort of break that up and give them that technology that they are used to. One of the benefits of screencast videos is for students who are absent. Having screen captured videos provides students who were in class a reference in case they forget the material, which they often do, and provides those who missed class the opportunity to learn the material without losing additional class time. So I think that is a really important benefit of screencast videos, is that students can sort of be catching up on their own with the teacher still assisting them without having to be in the same room at the same time as their teacher. And of course, the students who were in class, this just provides them with an additional resource for even more help than what they got in class that day. The possibilities are endless for teachers looking to use screencast videos in their daily or weekly classrooms to benefit their students. So my purpose of this research study is to evaluate high school students in Algebra 2. I'm a math teacher, and the majority of my day is spent teaching Algebra 2, so that's what I'm most interested in and what I want to learn the most about. And through researching, the test scores will be compared of students who watched the screencast videos and students who did not watch the screencast videos to study the effectiveness of these screencast videos on learning the Algebra 2 content. My research question is, what is the significance of using screencast videos to help with Algebra 2 knowledge and skills compared to students who do not watch screencast videos? My hypothesis is that students who watch the screencast videos will perform significantly better than students who do not watch the screencast videos. I have 3 different variables I'm looking at in this study. The first, which is the independent variable, is the screencast videos. This is categorical because each student involved in the study will fit into one of 2 groups, those who are watching the screencast videos and those who are not. So those who watch the screencast videos are still receiving the typical classroom instruction, and then those who aren't watching the videos are only receiving that classroom instruction. My two dependent variables are the test scores and student perception. So test scores, I will be looking at the percentage grade that students receive on the assessments, and then comparing those for the students who watched the screencast videos and those who did not. And the student perceptions, I will be collecting responses anonymously from a survey where students are asked to respond with strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. And those questions are going to focus on student engagement, how well they felt prepared for the test, and the confidence in their math skills. This research study I'm doing will be a two-group pre-test, post-test design. So there are two groups of students, and they will all be taking the same pre-test and post-test. This is also a quantitative study because I will be looking at the numerical data from the pre-test and post-test and comparing and evaluating those. And this research study is also an example of action research because I'm evaluating my own teaching practices, and my own students were used in the study, and they were not asked to do anything out of the ordinary. They're still doing their typical classroom instruction that would typically be asked of them. My sample is convenient yet purposeful. Again, my own students are being used for the research, which makes it convenient, but it's also purposeful because they all have something in common. They are all Algebra 2 students learning from the same teacher, so it's important to keep that consistent. My sample size consists of 90 high school Algebra 2 students, and I chose to look at two different factors. I chose to look at gender and then also the grade that they are in. Algebra 2 is typically an 11th grade course, but there are some sophomores on the more accelerated track who take this class, and there are some seniors who may have taken another remedial math class before taking Algebra 2. So of my population, a little more than 52% is male, 52.2%, which is 47 of the 90. And the remaining 47.8% are female, which is the other 43 students. So a few more males than females, but overall it's pretty close to being evenly split. Looking at the grades, the biggest group is 11th grade because this is typically an 11th grade course. That's 57.8% of my students. And then an additional 13.3% are in 10th grade and 28.9% are in 12th grade. So when looking at their pre-test and post-test scores, these are just other factors to take into consideration that may or may not affect their results. As far as the instrumentation used for this research study, all students will be taking the same pre-test and the same post-test. The study only focuses on the effect of screen capture videos, while the rest of the factors will remain consistent between the two groups of students. So all students are taking the same tests, they're being taught by the same teacher in the same classroom using the same methods. So the only difference between the two groups of students is whether or not they watch these videos. The assessments comparing cover Algebra 2 concepts, including solving systems of equations and factoring quadratic expressions. So there are other skills that will also be assessed along the way, but those are the two major concepts being covered in these assessments. And the other instrumentation used is a student survey. And these surveys are going to be anonymous, and I will be collecting and comparing those results as well. As far as the results, I am still in the process of completing this research study, so I don't yet have solid results to compare. But what I expect to find is that students who watch the screencast videos in addition to classroom instruction will perform higher on the post-test than students who only received the classroom instruction. As far as the survey, I also expect that students who watch the screencast videos will respond more positively to the survey, especially in the following areas. I feel as though they will feel that they were more prepared for the test. I think that they will feel that they understand the content better outside of the classroom. So many of our students know the content when they're in class, but then when they go home and have to do the homework, they completely forget what they learned. So I'm hoping that they will feel that they understand the content outside of the classroom better. And I also expect to find that they feel more confident in their math skills, specifically the math skills that are being assessed on this pre-test and post-test that is covered in all of the screencast videos. A couple factors will affect the validity of my research. A couple internal limitations include the survey answers and the math content that is covered. With the survey answers, even though it is anonymous, often when students are asked to complete a survey, they will have in mind that their teacher is going to be looking at them, or they know the answers that we want to hear. So that can be a limitation, is that students are answering what they think they should answer instead of answering honestly what they actually feel and what they actually think. Another limitation with the math content is that it could be that this particular unit that I'm assessing is particularly harder or easier than other content. So that could also affect how much growth they show on the post-test or how much growth they don't show. So this study would need to be done over several units to show a consistent result. An external limitation is the small sample size. While 90 students seems like a big number, in the grand scheme of education in America, it's a very small group. So this sample size cannot be used to generalize to a larger population because it is so small. Moving forward from this study in the future, this study can be repeated with multiple teachers teaching various subjects in order to generalize the findings to a larger population. So this could be teachers from various schools across the country or various teachers within my own district. But if we amp this up to a larger scale and include more people, that sample size is going to go up and make the research more valid. I will also continue to incorporate screencast videos into my weekly classroom routine to further expand upon the positive results that I'm hoping to see. So if I see that these results are positive, that's something that I obviously want to keep using in my classroom. I want to provide them with the most resources to make them the most successful. And I can also continue to compare test scores for students who watch and do not watch the screencast videos to better pinpoint which content skills are improved the most as a result of the videos. So I'm expecting that some skills won't improve very much, and it doesn't matter if the students watch the videos or not. But I'm also expecting that there will be some skills that will have a great improvement based on the videos. So moving forward into future years, if I can pinpoint which skills are improved the most as a result of the videos, then I can be sure to lead students in that direction, again, to make them the most successful in the future as well.